Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Affordable apartments and golf memberships at 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling? Trust Lindsay and Associates. Serving the community for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
Want to run faster, jump higher, move with more power? The Sports Recovery and Development Program at Bridges Therapy Group builds speed, strength, agility, and endurance while correcting movement issues that can cause injury. Give your athlete the edge. Schedule an assessment today at srdathlete.com. What 3 games from Friday night caught my attention? I'll fill you in. Plus, this week's Team of the Week. It is Monday, September 22nd, and this is Varsity Vibe Today. Welcome into Varsity Vibe Today on this Monday. I'm your host, Alyssa Orange. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're able to catch some high school football action on Friday night. Had a lot of good games around the state, and we're going to highlight a handful of them specifically, like we do on every Monday, the 3 games that really caught my attention. So let's get to it. Our Lewis Automotive opening drive, the fall kickoff event happening now at the Lewis Automotive Group. Unbeatable prices at special financing. Your next vehicle is ready for you at one of their 3 locations in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Farmington. Before we jump to some of that action, let's go ahead and give you some scores from Friday if you missed it. Fayetteville going down to Texas High and Texarkana, falling 42-29. Rogers still winless on the season, falling to Little Rock Central 46-24. North Little Rock defeating Little Rock Catholic. Mountain Home with the 37-10 win over Rolla. Some other matchups for you to take a look at here. Clarksville getting the win over Dover 36-6. Coweta defeating Prairie Grove 41-12. Elkins getting the 44-14 win over Harding Academy. So here we go. Here are the 3 games that really stuck out for me from Friday night. And the first one going to take us to Bentonville. The Tigers just keep finding ways to win, doing an impressive job of just putting such a solid product on the football field. And if you remember last season, they started 0-3. They ended up turning things around, getting things straightened out, heading in to the state title game and falling in that game. But they're now 3-0 to start the season. And Jody Grant has got all 3 phases really clicking right now for this Tigers team, and it was on display on Friday. They had a blocked punt that was returned for a score on special teams, so you check that one off. The defense, 4 interceptions and a goal line stand. You can check that off for the defense. And the offense really coming alive, even though it took a little bit longer for them to do so. 453 total yards of offense in their 45-28 win over Lee Summit. A few numbers for you from this game. Bentonville quarterback Cole Slepecki completing 21 of his 29 passes, 287 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Again, this is a Bentonville team right now that is 3-0 on the season, and they will start 7A West Conference play on Friday against Harbor. The next game on the list, Fort Smith Southside, the Mavericks continuing to do good things on the football field. They got the 35-21 win over Little Rock Southwest on Friday. And for the Mavericks and head coach Kim Dameron, they just continue to execute at a high level. And I always go back to the conversation that I had with them prior to the season about what the adversity they went through last year, how that helped them this year. And a lot of guys just say, we're experienced. We've been through the trenches. We know what that feels like. And we're ready to show people that the Mavericks are here and need to be a team to be taken seriously. And now they're proving it on the football field. They continue to be a team that I'm going to keep my eye on in the 6A West, specifically when you've got teams like Shiloh Christian, like Greenwood, who are obviously going to be 2 big teams in that conference. Look out for Southside and what they might be able to do and accomplish once conference play starts here for them. Not this upcoming week, but the following week. And I mentioned it, Shiloh. Talk about a tune-up to the biggest game of the year for them coming up on Friday when they open up conference play with Greenwood, who, by the way, was off this week. So they got to take a rest while Shiloh Christian had to play a game. But it was no problem for them on the road at Bethany, Oklahoma, 72-0. Just a dominant win from the very start for the Saints. A shout out to quarterback Cole Creighton, who completed 13 of 15 passes, 284 yards, and 3 touchdowns. A very big win for them as they, again, get ready to host Greenwood on Friday. Those are the 3 games that stood out to me. And really, it was more about how these teams are taking care of business leading up to what will be conference play for most of them. I mentioned that for Smith Southside, they've got one more week before conference play starts for them. But for Bentonville, now heading to Harbor. And Harbor, they were off, but they've played really well these first 3 weeks of the season. And it's going to be interesting to see how Aaron Dannenauer will game plan against a team that he coached for the last 12 years. So that's going to be a really exciting matchup. And then, of course, Shiloh and Greenwood. That might be the game of the week in the state because I think it is going to set the tone for the 6A West. Coming up after the break, we introduce you to this week's Team of the Week. Stick around.
If you're an athlete that wants to improve your game, maybe improve your 40, jump higher, have better agility, Bridges Therapy Group's Sport Recovery and Development Program can help. They've been helping student athletes reach their highest potential for quite a while now. They've got a team that includes physical therapists, athletic trainers, personal trainers, and occupational therapists. And together, they design individual plans to build speed, explosive power, agility, strength, and endurance. Whether your athlete's returning from rehab or working for a competitive edge, SRD provides the training and guidance to help them succeed. Schedule your athlete's assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Quick Turf is the go-to team for building championship-level sports facilities for public schools, private schools, and the entire school district. They also install beautiful backyard putting greens for homeowners. Known for lifelike, eco-friendly turf, Quick Turf handles everything from design and lighting to drainage and final landscaping. Their all-in-one approach delivers high-performance surfaces for athletes and low-maintenance greens that last for years. With preventative maintenance programs, they keep every field and green looking game day ready. Schedule a free consultation today at quickturf.com. That's QIKturf.com.
Matt Lewis with Lewis Automotive Group, excited to announce our trade-in, trade-up event. During this event, you get thousands extra for your trade value. Plus, it's all backed by the Lewis Guarantee. Double the factory warranty. That's a 10-year, 120,000-mile powertrain. Plus, you get 1 year worth of maintenance on us. This event's only going on at Lewis Automotive Group and is at all of our locations in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Farmington.
Could a little extra support help your child shine even brighter? Bridges Therapy Group empowers kids to live their best life with expert pediatric therapy services tailored to their needs. Their team offers occupational therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy, guiding families from the first evaluation to every milestone along the way. Give your child the tools to succeed and shine. Visit btgpeds.com to learn more and schedule your appointment today. That's btgpeds.com.
Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Enjoy affordable apartments with community amenities like fitness centers and resort-style pools at select locations. Golf memberships are also available at beautiful 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling a home, commercial, or investment property? Trust Lindsay and Associates, serving the community and bringing great neighbors together for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
This week's Team of the Week honors going to Benton. The Panthers with a 31-14 win over Little Rock Parkview on Friday. And that might not necessarily sound like a dominating performance, but we've got to tip our cap to Benton because how they were able to control the clock in the second half of this game, specifically one drive ended the third quarter, erased nearly the entire fourth quarter. It was 18 plays, 55 yards, 10 minutes and 31 seconds off the clock. That was able to really give them that lead and keep Parkview from getting the ball and really being able to put together any kind of comeback. And that kind of impressive suffocation of the ball on the offensive side, you really got to tip your cap to. Looking at the numbers for Benton Panthers quarterback Drew Davis, 248 yards passing for him. They also got back wide receiver Will Carter. He injured his hamstring in that first game of the season. They've got him back at the perfect time. He had 4 passes for 90 yards. But again, it was the way they were able to control the clock. That's what gives them this week's Team of the Week honors. There is so much high school football to continue to look forward to as we now enter week 4, and a lot of teams, as I've mentioned, kicking off conference play on Friday night. I cannot wait. That is going to do it for Varsity Vibe today. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure to follow us on our social media platforms. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the newsletter. Go to varsityvibearkansas.com and you'll get that twice in your inbox each week. And if you do subscribe to the newsletter and you love it, go tell a friend, pass it along, get them to sign up for the newsletter because we want people to be in the know as much as possible. A shout out to our sponsors, Lindsay, Lewis Automotive, Bridges Therapy Group, and Quick Turf. I'll see you tomorrow.